Welcome to the show, everybody. Today, we're talking about something pretty wild, man. We're going deep into the world of dieting, but not the good kind, like, grass-fed beef and elk meat. We're talking about the crazy, dangerous stuff. We're talking about the kind of diets that'll make you wonder, who would ever try that? But people do, man. They're desperate for that quick fix, that magic bullet, even if it means messing up their health big time. So, buckle up, because we're about to expose the dark side of dieting. We're counting down the top 5 most dangerous diet trends out there. Trust me, you're gonna want to avoid this stuff like the plague. And stay tuned, because number 1 is a real doozy. It's the kind of thing that makes you question humanity. You know what I'm saying? Alright, coming in at number 5 on our list of batshit crazy diets is the tapeworm diet. Now, I've heard some crazy stuff in my time, but this one takes the cake. Imagine intentionally swallowing a parasite, man. These people are willingly ingesting tapeworm eggs with the idea that the parasite will eat up all their food. They think, hey, if something's living inside me, eating all my food, I'll lose weight, right? It's like something out of a horror movie, man. You're basically inviting a freeloader into your body to feast on your insides. And the messed up part is, it can actually work. You might lose weight, but at what cost? This is where it gets really nasty. These things can grow up to 30 feet long inside your gut. They can lay eggs, migrate to other parts of your body, and cause all sorts of nasty side effects. We're talking about malnutrition, digestive problems, even neurological issues. Look, I get it. People want to lose weight, sometimes desperately, but this is not the way to do it, man. This is like playing Russian roulette with your health. You're basically rolling the dice and hoping for the best. And the worst part is, even if you do lose weight initially, it's not sustainable. Once you get rid of the tapeworm, which is a whole other can of worms, you're likely to gain all the weight back. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul, but in this case, Peter is your own body, and Paul is some imaginary ideal of thinness. It's just not worth it, man. There are so many healthier, more sustainable ways to lose weight. So, if you're ever tempted by the tapeworm diet, just remember this. You're better off wrestling a chimpanzee than messing with a parasite, man. This whole thing just goes to show you, man, our bodies are complex systems. They're not meant to be hacked or tricked with some crazy fad diet. There's no easy way out, no shortcuts. The best approach to weight loss is a holistic one. It's about eating real food, moving your body, and listening to what your body needs. It's about making sustainable changes that you can stick with for the long haul. So, let's leave the tapeworms to the fish, all right? And let's focus on taking care of our bodies the right way. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Alright, moving on to number 4 on our list of insane diet trends, we've got the cotton ball diet. Yeah, you heard that right. People are actually eating cotton balls, like the fluffy white things you use to remove your nail polish. This one's particularly disturbing, man. It's like, what kind of desperation leads someone to think, you know what would fill me up? A ball of cotton. It's mind-boggling. The idea is that you dip these cotton balls in juice or something, swallow them whole, and they supposedly make you feel full, so you eat less. But here's the thing. Cotton is not food. It's not digestible. It's basically like trying to eat your t-shirt. Your body doesn't know what to do with this stuff. It can't break it down. It can't absorb it. It just sits there in your stomach, taking up space and wreaking havoc on your digestive system. We're talking about some serious health risks here, folks. This is not just a harmless little quirk. This is a one-way ticket to a world of pain. We're talking about blockages in your digestive tract, which can lead to constipation, cramps, and even require surgery. And because cotton is so absorbent, it can actually soak up the fluids in your digestive system, leading to dehydration. It's like creating a sponge inside your gut that's sucking up all the moisture. And if that wasn't bad enough, some of these cotton balls are treated with chemicals and bleaches, which can leach into your system and cause even more problems. It's like poisoning yourself slowly, one fluffy ball at a time. Look, I'm all for pushing boundaries and questioning the status quo, but this is just ridiculous. There's a difference between being open-minded and being reckless with your health. Eating cotton balls is not a diet, it's self-sabotage. It's a cry for help disguised as a weight loss solution. If you're struggling with your weight, there are healthy, sustainable ways to make a change. Talk to a doctor, a nutritionist, a therapist. Don't resort to swallowing inedible objects. Your body is a temple, man, not a trash can. Treat it with respect. All right, folks, we're back, and this next diet trend is a wild one. It's called the HCG diet, and it involves injecting yourself with a hormone produced during pregnancy. Yeah, you heard that right. Pregnancy hormones. Now, I'm all for pushing the boundaries and exploring unconventional approaches, but this one just seems like it's asking for trouble. I mean, messing with your body's hormonal balance is serious business, man. It's not like popping a vitamin. So let's break down this HCG hormone for a second. It stands for human chorionic gonadotropin, and it's naturally produced by a woman's body during pregnancy to help the baby grow. Now, somehow, some folks got the idea that injecting yourself with this stuff would help you lose weight. The theory behind the HCG diet is that this hormone tricks your body into burning stored fat for energy, even when you're consuming a very low-calorie diet. They say it resets your metabolism or something like that. But here's the kicker. There's no real scientific evidence to back up these claims. In fact, numerous studies have shown that the HCG diet is no more effective than simply following a very low-calorie diet. It's like, why inject yourself with a hormone when you can achieve the same results by just watching what you eat? It just doesn't make sense. So, we're talking about a potentially risky diet with no real scientific backing. And trust me, the risks we're about to get into are nothing to scoff at. This is where things get really concerning. Look, I'm not a doctor, but messing with your hormones just seems like a bad idea in general, right? And when it comes to the HCG diet, the potential side effects are no joke. We're talking about some serious stuff here. First off, injecting yourself with any substance comes with inherent risks, like infections, abscesses, and allergic reactions. And remember, we're talking about a hormone here, so the potential for messing up your body's natural balance is huge. We're talking mood swings, depression, fatigue, the whole 9 yards. And that's not all. The HCG diet requires you to follow an extremely low-calorie intake, often as low as 500 calories a day. That's barely enough to sustain a small child, let alone a grown adult. This kind of severe calorie restriction can lead to nutrient deficiencies, gallstone formation, and even heart problems. The bottom line is this: the HCG diet is a potentially dangerous fad with little to no scientific evidence to support its claims. There are far safer and more effective ways to lose weight and keep it off. Don't fall for this one, folks. Your health is worth way more than a quick fix. All right, folks, we're diving deep into the world of crazy diets, and this next one might just take the cake. It's called the breatharian diet, and it's as wild as it sounds. These people actually believe they can survive on nothing but air and sunlight. I mean, come on, man. We've all been to those seminars where they tell you to manifest your dream life, but this is next-level stuff. It's like saying you can photosynthesize like a plant. We're humans, we need calories, protein, all that good stuff. You know, I've had Wim Hof on the podcast, the Iceman himself, and he can do some crazy things with his breath work. But even Wim will tell you, you gotta eat something eventually. This whole breatharian thing, it's just not sustainable. And frankly, it's dangerous. We're talking about people putting their bodies in extreme starvation mode, risking organ damage, and messing with their entire system. Now, I've heard some breatharians claim they've gone months, even years, without eating solid food. They say they get all their energy from the universe or some cosmic force. And hey, I'm all about exploring different philosophies and ways of life, but this just seems like straight-up delusion. It's like those flat earthers, man. No matter how much evidence you show them, they're stuck in their beliefs. But here's the thing. With the breatharian diet, it's not just about believing in something. It's about denying your body basic necessities. And the worst part is, some people are so caught up in this delusion that they actually convince others to try it. We're talking about people putting their lives at risk because they've been misled by these so-called gurus. It's like that documentary Wild Wild Country, where people were giving up their possessions and following this charismatic leader. You gotta be careful who you trust, especially when it comes to your health. Look, I'm all about pushing your limits, challenging yourself, and exploring the unknown. But the breatharian diet, that's just taking things too far. Your body needs food. It's fuel for your engine. Imagine trying to run a car on water. It's not gonna happen, right? Same goes for your body. You need carbohydrates, fats, proteins, all those essential nutrients to function properly. So, if you're thinking about dabbling in the breatharian diet, please do yourself a favor and reconsider. There are plenty of healthy and sustainable ways to lose weight or improve your well-being. Focus on eating a balanced diet, get some exercise, and maybe try some intermittent fasting if you're feeling adventurous. But ditch the breatharian diet. It's a recipe for disaster. All right, folks, we've arrived at the top of the list, the most dangerous diet trend you need to avoid like the plague. We're talking about the raw water diet, and it's as sketchy as it gets. These folks are ditching filtered, treated water and going straight for the source, rivers, lakes, you name it. They call it live water, claiming it's packed with essential minerals and untouched by modern purification methods. They say it's the purest form of hydration, but let me tell you, what they don't tell you is it's also a breeding ground for bacteria, parasites, and all sorts of nasty stuff you don't want in your system. Listen, I love nature as much as the next guy. I spend a ton of time outdoors, hiking, hunting, you name it. But I'm not about to start sipping on water straight from a swamp. Our ancestors spent centuries developing ways to purify water for a reason, to avoid getting sick and dying. This whole raw water craze, it's like romanticizing the good old days when people didn't have indoor plumbing. Sure, there's a certain rugged appeal to living off the land, but let's not forget why we moved on from those practices in the first place. Now, I'm all for challenging conventional wisdom and questioning the status quo. But when it comes to something as fundamental as clean water, you gotta draw the line. Our bodies need clean, filtered water to function properly. Drinking untreated water is like rolling the dice with your digestive system. You could get lucky and experience nothing more than a mild case of the runs. Or you could end up with a severe case of giardia, E. coli, or even cholera. We're talking about debilitating illnesses, folks, the kind that land you in the hospital. And let's not forget about all the industrial pollutants and agricultural runoff that end up in our waterways. We're talking about pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals, all sorts of toxic crap that can wreak havoc on your health. It's like playing a game of Russian roulette with your gut, except instead of one bullet, the chamber's loaded with all sorts of nasty surprises. Look, I get it. There's a certain allure to the idea of living a more natural, less processed life. But let's not let our desire for purity blind us to the very real dangers of drinking raw water. We live in a world where access to clean, safe drinking water is a privilege. We have filtration systems, water treatment plants, and readily available bottled water. Let's not take these advancements for granted. So, the next time you're feeling thirsty, ditch the raw water and reach for a glass of the good stuff. Filtered, treated water that won't leave you doubled over in pain. Your gut will thank you for it. Well, folks, there you have it. The top 5 most dangerous diet trends you need to steer clear of. Remember, just because something is trendy doesn't mean it's safe or effective. Always do your research, consult with a healthcare professional, and listen to your body. Don't fall prey to fad diets and quick fixes. True health and wellness come from making sustainable lifestyle choices. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. Don't forget to share this video with your friends to keep them safe from these dangerous diet trends. See you next time.